Hello everyone, X-Wall Kill Bethelite here, and Watchtower is hurting. How do I know? Because they are calling everybody. I went to one of the Zoom meetings. Matter of fact, I showed it on a video, and there wasn't even 200 people there. Watchtower is calling everybody. I'm talking about, I got, of course, a lot of friends that are XJW, and a lot of them are telling me out of the blue, since this COVID thing is hit, Watchtower has been going crazy trying to call people and trying to get people to come back to that cult. Why? Because their numbers are low. Not because they care about said person that they are calling. It's because their numbers are low, right? Watchtower, people who are a part of that cult, they are not contacting you right now because they care about you. They are contacting you because for one reason I think Watchtower is not pushing to get these halls back open, to get people back at the hall. Let me tell you why I think they're calling everybody and they're not trying to get these halls back open. Because it would be a sad state of affairs if they open the hall and there ain't but 50 people in there. This cult has not met together in the longest time, and when they were meeting together, attendance was a problem. When they were meeting together, numbers were an issue. Now that they have been doing the Zoom meetings, now that they stopped the meetings because of COVID, people have been able to fade a lot easier. People haven't been pressured to go to these meetings because, hey, if they don't see me at the meeting, then I'm going to have all these people bothering me, right? So now that they've been doing Zoom meetings, I think one of the reasons why they're not pushing to get these halls open is because they don't think they had that many people in them. You know how funny that would be when they open the halls and some of them got 100 people in there because people are used to not having to go hear them stupid talks anymore. Like, by stupid, I mean literally someone stupid on a stage trying to give somebody some instruction. Another reason why you know Jehovah's Witnesses don't care about people is because growing up, I had, let's say, walking back home from school, I had people who were bums on the street trying to give me advice. I'm walking home and a guy, another adult black male who is just wandering the street, sees a kid walking home from school, and it's just natural sometimes for men to want to give a young man some kind of advice, some kind of tips. I can't count how many times they're like, well, you know, what college you want to attend? What subjects are you into? If I were you, I would select this school or that school. And this is just strangers walking down the street. It's natural. It's just natural. I catch myself doing it. The nephews that are not in the cult, the nieces and nephews that I have, or niece and nephews that I have that are not in the cult, it's just natural for a male to want to give advice, just whatever you know that might help them. Just tell, just some advice or check on people. It's just natural to want to do that. Jehovah's Witnesses, we all know this is the truth, will go into a neighborhood that is poor, obvious issues that you can see, And they will walk through that neighborhood, pass out some magazines, and then leave like they didn't just see what they just saw. I remember my stepdad doing it all the time. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. We had some poor neighborhoods that we would go into, and some people would let us in their house, and you just see the poverty, you see the issues surrounding us. You see it. And there was not one thing that would come out of my stepdad's mouth or any adult male's mouth that I remember going door to door with. When they would see a blatant problem, they would ignore said blatant problem and go right to the offer for the month. This magazine. And the people are doing it for free. Like it's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, particularly the men, because it's natural for a man to want to guide, lead, give instruction. A lot of the men are hoish. Like, I'm talking feminish. I'm talking when this whole Australian Royal Commission thing came out, where there were pedophiles hopping from hall to hall, just molesting kids at will. And then you find out that some of these pedophiles were found out because the kid said something. And you mean to tell me for years and years and years, there was a judicial hearing? Okay, outside of that cult, think about this. Outside of the Jehovah's Witness cult, how many pedophiles are going to be able to molest somebody's kid and then be in attendance that next Sunday at that kid's place of worship with the kid's parents there and feel safe? Only amongst Jehovah's Witnesses are pedophiles molesting kids and not getting their heads chopped off. Only amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. Anywhere else, a pedophile is somebody that would have to hide, and I mean hide. Like, you might want to leave the state. You might want to leave the country. If people get their hands on you after you have done something to their kid, it's not going to be pretty. Except amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. When I tell you these people are stupid and that these people are hoes, like I'm talking about, when you talk about a man being a hoe, you're talking about a man that's a punk, a man that don't have no spine, no backbone. You're talking about a man who will go into a community, because they go into the communities with these magazines, going door to door, back when they used to do it. I'm talking about back when they used to do it. See the community run down, see the problems. And as a man, you just go with the status quo. You hand out some magazines and you leave. And then you write down on your field service slip how many magazines you done handed out and feel like you done accomplished something when you see the problems in the community. And then you go right back and continue to preach about how we should not vote, about how we should not get involved with the community to try to help fix things. Jehovah's Witnesses cannot say that they have not seen problems in the community when they used to go door to door and look directly at the issues in the community. So for those people in particular to continue Watchtower's spiel about not voting, essentially not doing nothing about the things that you saw all those years when you would go door to door and you would see problems in the community. You would see it firsthand. I remember we used to go door to door and, man, we would see people in conditions in some of these housing projects with roaches everywhere. I mean, my lands. I mean, roaches. I couldn't put my little briefcase down without roaches running all over it. And the only thing we did was pass out magazines. And as a kid, I knew that was wrong. Y'all see the conditions these people are in. Why don't we try to do something to help? I'm talking something in the community to help. Like all these other churches are in there passing out food, and Jehovah's Witnesses are in there passing out magazines. Why? A, stupidity, because some of them really think the magazines are going to help, and B, the men that do know, yeah, these magazines ain't doing nothing to help these people. They're like hoish. Like I'm talking about, I grew up around men who were bitches. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I grew up around men who, if they saw a problem and Watchtower told them to turn the other way, they would do it. We got facts. Australian Royal Commission brought up facts that not only was there a problem with pedophilia amongst Jehovah's Witnesses, but pedophiles were able to victimize a whole lot of men's families for a reason, and that's because they are hoes. They let a person touch their kid, and this person did not flee the state. The person went back to the same hall or just went to another hall that was 30 minutes away, and nothing happen? Okay, you didn't tell the police. Nothing happened to all these pedophiles just jumping, bouncing from place to place? That would not happen anywhere else. But Jehovah's Witnesses, once it became known that the kid is saying that this stuff is happening. Like, I mean, I guarantee you all these people that are getting phone calls, it's all about these people. Jehovah's Witnesses are basically telling you, oh man, you see all these problems in the world? Oh man, you see this and that going on? We can't do nothing about it. All we can do is sit and wait for the second coming of Christ. Why do they think that? Why for so long have Jehovah's Witnesses believed that with all the problems going on around in the world, they can't do nothing about it but pass out magazines and wait for the second coming? Think about it. Think about it and give me an answer. Y'all went to the same cult that I did, so y'all know that's still basically doctrine today. That all the problems and things going on in the world, there's a reason why Watchtower don't have no charities. Watchtower don't do nothing to help. Your local Kingdom Hall that's right by these poor areas, and they see every day the conditions people live in, there's a reason why they don't do nothing to help. Why is that? Give you a couple more seconds to answer that. One, because most Jehovah's Witnesses, the reason why it's so easy to be a part of that cult is because it's a religion that teaches you it's okay to just be a bitch and hide in the house and pass out magazines and pretend not to see all the problems that's going on around you. It's a religion that makes it okay to be a bitch. If there's a family member that's having issues or a problem, we just won't talk to them. We'll pretend that it's not there. We won't do anything to help them. When we see all the problems going on in the world, we won't do nothing about it. Don't vote, don't get involved, don't even try to help in the communities. People that don't have no place to live, people that don't have jobs, we not gonna do nothing to help at all because we just a bunch of bitches passing out magazines because Watchtower told us to. I'm telling you, one of the reasons why people don't leave that religion now that it is abundantly proven throughout the internet, you can't even type in the word Jehovah's Witness without a million warning signs saying that it's a cult. The reason why people are staying is because they have been in an environment where they have been able to hide under a rock and pretend that there ain't nothing that they are obligated to do in their communities, to just hide from problems. They are in an environment where it's okay to just be a bitch and read magazines all day from Watchtower. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. It would take effort for them to leave Watchtower and be involved in a community, church community, or whichever community they choose, that does not feel it's okay to see a person that's hungry and that needs this and needs that, and not get involved with the community as far as voting. I mean, getting involved with a charity. I mean, doing something, right? They're used to doing nothing. All we got to do is pass out a magazine. Hell, right now, all we got to do is write a letter and send them out to random people's houses we ain't never talked to. For a Jehovah's Witness, they feel that's okay. That's morally okay in their religion. To see problems in our community and just turn the other way and walk the other way. As long as we passed out our magazine, it's okay. That's not okay anywhere else. That's not okay anywhere else. I'm talking, they don't even have, they have all these broadcasts, and these people who are doing these broadcasts are not even putting out information to help their own members. We're talking about this global pandemic. They ain't even putting out no information to help their own members with food, with jobs. You know what I mean? With assistance. I'm telling you, a Jehovah's Witness, the reason why it's easier to stay in than to leave is because it is an environment where it's okay to just be a little bitch and not do nothing about none of the things you see going on in your community. To sit around and talk about, well, we'll just sit around and wait for the second coming of Christ. God's kingdom will fix it because our bitch asses ain't doing shit. Tell me I'm lying. Comment down below and tell me I'm not telling the truth. One reason why people are staying in that cult, even though it's abundantly obvious that it's a cult, is A, they're too damn afraid to leave. You're in an environment where it's okay to be a little bitch. Pedophiles run loose and touch all your kids, and y'all don't do shit but have a judicial meeting, tell an elder. Y'all don't do nothing about none of the things going on in the community. Y'all don't do nothing to help your own members. Putting out, I've been on the website, the damn JW.org website don't got no resources for their own members that might be going through hard times. They ain't got nothing on there for their own members. I remember when my family went through a divorce When things got tough, there wasn't nobody coming over our house to check on us. Nobody. Nobody. Because these people are hoes that want to stay in the house, pretend like reading a magazine is all you need to do for your friends, for your family, for anybody. And another reason is the stupidity. You get a whole bunch of stupid people in a room. What do they think they can do about the problems going on in our community today? Nothing, because they're dumb. So that's another reason why Jehovah's Witnesses believe they need to wait for the second coming before anything can get fixed. It's because the majority of them are too dumb to do anything any darn way. Comment down below. I'm telling you, let me know if I'm lying. That's darn near doctrine. That all the problems you see in the world, y'all can't do nothing about it. Why? A, you're stupid. You don't know what to do about it. B, it's bitch culture. It's bitch culture. It's a culture of a bunch of bitches, males that are, I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth, that just hide behind magazines and don't do nothing about nothing. Not even for their own families. XWAL kill Bethelite, 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. Jehovah's Witnesses are calling people left and right, trying to get numbers up for attendance and whatnot, because they can't open kingdom halls right now because there wouldn't be nobody in them. XWAL kill Bethelite signing out.